Most people spend their whole lives reacting. They argue before they understand, panic before they zoom out, speak before they've actually thought. But the smartest ones? They don't rush. They don't flinch. They do something different. They've built habits, small ones, quiet ones, that most people never even notice. And that's what makes them powerful. This isn't about IQ or degrees or knowing more. It's about seeing differently, thinking on purpose, slowing down in a world that can't stop speeding up. So let's walk through 7 habits you'll almost always find in quietly sharp minds. The kind that don't make noise, but somehow shape every room they walk into. 1. They filter everything through one question. Is this in my control? This idea goes all the way back to ancient Stoic thinkers. Modern neuroscience backs it up. Why? Because your brain gets overwhelmed when it tries to carry what it can't change. Most people stress over everything. Traffic, other people's opinions, the news, their algorithm. Smart thinkers, they cut through the noise. If it's controllable, take action. If it's not, let it go. That's not apathy, that's clarity. And clarity is where calm intelligence begins. 2. They observe before they react. Someone throws shade. Life throws chaos. Most people snap. They react instantly, fast, loud, and emotional. But quiet minds, they pause. They create a gap. That pause is power. It's where reactivity turns into clarity. Science calls this the response gap, and it's a skill you can build. That small space between trigger and response is what separates control from chaos. 3. They zoom out instead of spiraling. Something goes wrong, a plan fails, you fall short again. Most people spiral into guilt. They make it personal. Smart thinkers don't. They zoom out. They ask, what pattern got me here? What part of this is tweakable? They treat life like a system, not a soap opera. Failure isn't a verdict, it's data. And data is where better decisions begin. 4. They ask to understand, not to win. Most people argue like it's a sport. Score points, prove you're right. But smart people, they don't need to win. They ask, what makes you feel that way? What are you protecting? They're not trying to crush, they're trying to connect. Because understanding changes people, and clarity spreads better than cleverness. 5. They use silence as strategy. Ever notice how uncomfortable people get in silence? They rush to fill it, with noise, with jokes, with anything. But smart minds, they own the silence. They listen more than they speak. They let the moment breathe. Because silence reveals, and the person who talks least often knows the most. Stillness isn't weakness. It's awareness in slow motion. 6. They interrupt their own patterns. Everyone has habits, but not everyone watches them. Smart thinkers do. They notice, why do I always check my phone when I'm anxious? Why do I interrupt when I feel insecure? Then they edit, they tweak, they test a new way. That's called neuroplasticity. And it's not just science, it's self-awareness in motion. 7. They think in layers. Most people stop at the first answer, the obvious answer. Smart minds ask, what's the second-order effect? What's the thing underneath this thing? They think in systems, in stories, in shifts over time. Surface thinking solves today. Layered thinking shapes tomorrow. None of these habits make you louder. They make you sharper. You don't have to talk more. You just have to think more intentionally. Because that's what quiet intelligence is. a mind that listens harder than it speaks, and a person who sharpens their impact without ever raising their voice. If this hit home, here's your next mental upgrade. We made another Thoughtsy video called Why Your Brain Gets Weaker and 7 Habits That Reverse It. You'll see it right here on the screen. If this sharpened your thinking, that one will strengthen your core. Tap like, subscribe if you're building this rhythm with us. Let's keep going, one habit at a time.